Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is truly the stuff of nightmares, a severe abdominal injury where internal organs are actually exposed. In a moment like that, pure panic sets in, and your first instinct, well, it could be the absolute worst thing you could do. So we're going to break down how to fight that instinct and what you really need to do to save a life. Okay, just imagine it for a second. You're there. It's chaos. Your heart is pounding, and there's a person whose life right now is in your hands. They're looking at you, they're scared, and they're counting on you to do the right thing. What you do in the next minute could change everything. When your body is flooded with adrenaline, your brain is just screaming for an easy fix. But the thing that seems most logical, the move that feels like the right thing to do, is precisely the one that can lead to an absolute disaster. The pressure's on. You gotta make the right call, not the easy one. So let's start with the single biggest mistake you can possibly make. It's the one thing that your instincts are probably yelling at you to do, but you have to resist it. And there it is, your gut instinct clashing head-on with correct medical procedure. I'm sure every fiber of your being would be screaming, "Put it back! Get those organs back inside where they belong!" But let me be perfectly clear. That is the most dangerous thing you could possibly do. And here's exactly why that's so bad. The medical term for this is an abdominal evisceration. And when you try to push those organs back in, you're basically taking everything from the outside world, dirt, bacteria, fibers from clothing, and shoving it deep inside the body's sterile abdominal cavity. You are practically guaranteeing a massive, life-threatening infection. Okay, so if pushing anything back in is completely off the table, what are you supposed to do? I mean, how on earth do you protect something so delicate when it's just out in the open? Right. So the key thing to get here is that our internal organs are incredibly fragile. They are designed to live in a very specific environment, warm and moist. The second they're exposed to open air, they start to dry out. And when they dry out, the cells literally start to die. So your number one job is to stop that from happening. And here it is, the 4-step playbook that can save a life. Remember, you're not trying to fix anything here. You're just trying to preserve it. So, step 1, you grab a sterile dressing. Step 2, you get it wet, ideally with sterile saline, but even clean water is better than nothing. 3, you gently, and I mean gently, cover everything that's exposed. You're just making a little moist shield to protect it from the air. And that last step, putting a big dry dressing over the top, this is a detail that people often miss, but it's absolutely crucial. That dry dressing isn't there to soak up blood. It's there to act like a blanket. See, with an injury this severe, the body starts losing heat incredibly fast. That can lead to hypothermia, which stops blood from clotting and can cause organs to fail. So that final layer is all about preventing shock and keeping the patient as stable as possible. Now, once that wound is covered and protected, you're not quite done yet. There are 3 other big things you need to manage that can make a huge difference in whether this person makes it or not. These 3 things, position, pressure, and pain, are just as important as the dressing. First, position. You want to get them comfortable, which is usually on their back with their knees bent up a bit. That helps relax all the abdominal muscles. Second, pressure. You have to do whatever you can to avoid any increase in pressure inside their belly. And third, pain. If you can, you've got to get that pain under control. And this is exactly why that pressure part is so critical. Think about it. Anytime you tense up your core, whether it's from coughing or screaming from the pain, or even just crying, that action can literally push more of their insides out of the wound. It makes a horrific injury even worse. So keeping the patient calm isn't just nice, it's a vital part of the treatment. So you check their vitals and their pulse is just hammering away at 120 beats per minute. That's a body screaming in pain and shock. And like we just said, all that pain and stress leads to tensing up, which increases that dangerous abdominal pressure. That's why, as long as their blood pressure is holding steady, giving them something for the pain isn't just for comfort. It's a critical medical intervention to keep the injury from getting any worse. Okay, I know that's a ton of information to process, especially for a situation that's this chaotic and stressful. So let's just lock it all in with a quick, final review of the absolute must-dos. Let's just boil it all down. See the pattern here? Your job is not to be a surgeon. You are not on scene to fix anything. Your entire mission, the whole thing, is to protect and to preserve. Cover the wound, keep him warm, make him comfortable. That's it. You do that and you've done your job perfectly. In the end, it all comes down to this one simple principle. Can you fight that powerful, natural urge to push everything back in? And instead, just remember to protect what's exposed. That one choice, that one simple rule, don't push, just protect, can turn a complete catastrophe into a manageable emergency. And it can absolutely, without a doubt, save a life.